What is going on, everybody? I go by the name of Curry, and I want to thank you guys for joining me here today on SneakerPhetish. All right, guys, I'm really excited to show you guys this shoe today. It's an interesting looking sneaker. It's a brand new Yeezy silhouette. We've been seeing a lot of different Yeezy silhouettes all throughout 2020, and this one has kind of been the most talked about one as far as shock value and what people kind of thought of them. So without further ado, we're going to get into the sneaker, but we actually have a new Yeezy box to take a look at for a change. So today we're actually going to start with the box. It's a blank brown box, but it really is interesting because it's kind of what they call an inside out box. Let me explain. On the outside of the box here, you really don't have anything more than the size tag here and a little proof of purchase. You also have this really interesting sticker here, kind of a security seal as it were, but if you're good at taking these little seals off here, then you won't break it so that you can close it back up and ship it off to StockX. When you open up the box here, the first thing that you're gonna see is the word foam in that classic Yeezy print and the word runner right underneath the word foam inside of the box. Now, you're also gonna get the standard Yeezy paper here, but my favorite part of the box actually is on the floor of the box here. It's actually what looks like the regular size tag, the regular outside tag, if you were, that you would normally see on the outside of a Yeezy box, but on the inside of a Yeezy box with the Yeezy Foam Runner made by ADIDAS. So this is literally an inside out box. And honestly, that's one of the dopest, if not the dopest thing about this shoe as a whole. But the box, really, really dope. I like this. Now, let's get into the shoe. Boom. And there it is. I'm sorry, y'all. This shit was terrible. I can't even do this with a straight face. All right, let me try it again. Boom. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Yeezy Foam Runner. What is this? What is this? Oh, man, boy, I tell you, boy, man, every time I think that Kanye cannot take us down any further, boy, he just takes us to the gutter, doesn't he? Wow. Okay. All right. So here's the deal with, okay. Okay, so here's the deal about this shoe. First impressions, definitely a lot of shock value with this sneaker. It looks like the skeleton of a Yeezy 700. It's got a lot going on here. The design is very, very interesting. It's pliable. It's cheap, but it has some really good qualities, and those two qualities might be two of the really good qualities about the shoe. We'll talk a little bit about Ararat, which is the actual colorway of this shoe, but I just want to talk a little bit about the construction of the shoe and where it came from. Now, like I said, this is obviously a brand new Yeezy silhouette. This is gonna be one I think we're gonna see for a while because we've already seen rumors of a black colorway, and A$AP Ferg already gave us the looks of a red colorway that Kanye himself also wore as well. So I'm pretty sure we're gonna get a lot of colors of these. The price point was really good on this sneaker, $75. This Ararat colorway was the first colorway that came out. Kanye did something called the Best Day Ever, and when he did that, the entire day he came out with a whole bunch of announcements, something about him and Kid Cudi working on an animated series, a lot of other things going on, some video clips he put out, and at the end of basically the Best Day Ever, he went ahead and shock dropped the Ararat Yeezy Foam Runner. Now, previously, we've only really seen photos of this sneaker kind of here and there, but we never really knew exactly when the shoe was coming. Everybody just kind of was on guard for it. This shoe was actually very, very limited, extremely limited, and when it dropped, people were paying upwards of $400 for this. The shoe was only $75, so $400 is a huge markup for this shoe, but again, it's a Yeezy, it's a new silhouette, and it's the first colorway in a new Yeezy silhouette. Yeezy rules apparently still apply even when it comes to a big piece of foam. Now, the shoe itself is actually made out of a brand new proprietary material that Yeezy himself is creating for the Yeezy brand, him and his designers. The material is a mix of EVA materials. Remember I told you guys about that cheap kind of insulation that they put on the Yeezy version 3 700? That's back now, but they also mixed it in with algae. Algae meaning like seaweed, like pond scum, like algae that grows in the water and in swamps. They mixed algae with EVA and came up with this foam material. It's not as hard. It's really, really easy to move around. It's very pliable, like I mentioned, but apparently it's very, very comfortable as well. Horribly ugly, but very comfortable. All right, let's take a little deeper look at the shoe here, and then we'll get into kind of the meaning of Ararat as well and where that comes from, because the shoe actually does have a pretty dope story behind it. All right, guys, starting with the upper of the shoe here. Very, very interesting design. It's got this really interesting kind of lines here, this silhouette that kind of moves and flows. It almost feels like algae with the way that the lines are in the design of this shoe here. Now, the first thing that I noticed are the big circle cutouts here that are on the lateral and medial side of the sneaker. This to me looks exactly like the Yeezy 700 design. However, when you take a top-down look at the sneaker here, these lines really remind me of algae. They look almost like algae growing in water, kind of like kelp growing in water here. So I don't know if they took some design elements when they were working on the materials and incorporated that with the shoe, but it's kind of dope. I mean, I do like that element of it. I like the lines in here. I'm just not a huge fan of the silhouette as a whole. You know what? I just realized what this shoe looks like. Since I got this shoe in, I've been wondering what this shoe looks like, and I finally figured it out. This shoe, like the way that it's shaped here in the front, this shoe looks exactly like the little skeleton dinosaurs in Super Mario World that you have to kill. You guys remember those little skeleton dinosaurs that you had to jump on them and kill them? I think they were in like Super Mario Odyssey and like Super Mario World on Super Nintendo back in the day. Do these not look exactly like, I'm gonna put a picture either here or here of that little skeleton dinosaur from the video game. Somebody at Yeezy was playing Super Mario and was like, you know what? That's the foam runner right there. That's the design. This looks exactly like the nose on that little skeleton dinosaur. I'm sorry, I just thought of that, but back to the shoe now. The heel of the shoe almost looks like a face looking at you here. It's very interesting, but like I said, the lines are very interesting. It's very curvaceous. It's a very curvaceous, kind of aerodynamic looking shoe here. There is literally no insole on the shoe whatsoever. What you see is literally what you get. There's also no Yeezy branding anywhere on this shoe either. There's no branding except the 3 stripes logo we'll take a look at on the outsole. But again, no Yeezy branding, no insole, no nothing on this shoe. The closest that we're gonna get to any kind of branding, as it were, is just this foam runner with the size, the US size here, and then it also says made in USA. Now, that right there is probably the most important part of this shoe, is that this sneaker is made entirely in the United States. And Kanye promised that he was gonna bring jobs back and bring sneaker making and manufacturing back to the United States. And I mean, he did it. Even on this shoe, he did live up to that promise. I will give points to Kanye for that. We really haven't seen this kind of demand on a shoe that's made entirely in the United States in quite some time. To have a shoe like this and to have the demand on it reach 300 to 400% over retail price on a shoe that's made domestically is kind of unprecedented. So, I mean, kudos to that. Now, looking at the outsole of the shoe here, really reminds me again of the Yeezy 700 outsole. It's kind of this herringbone pattern, a lot of lines in here. And you guys can also see right here in the middle on the heel of the shoe, that's where you have the kind of 3 stripes logo with the Adidas branding. And that's it. That's literally it. That's literally the entire shoe. Now, let's get a little bit into Ararat and why that's so important for this shoe. Ararat is actually the name of a mountain that's located in Turkey. Everybody knows the story of Noah's Ark, but of course in the story it rained for 40 days and for 40 nights. And then once all the rain was done, the water started to recede back down and the earth was kind of made new again, where we were supposed to be fruitful and multiply. Now, when the water started to recede down, where they say Noah's Ark landed at after all of that bobbing and weaving for 40 days, was on a mountain that was known as Mount Ararat. Now, even deeper meaning of Mount Ararat, where it starts to get personal for Kanye, is that Mount Ararat is also known as a sacred mountain in Armenian culture, of course, which is the heritage and nationality of Kim Kardashian West, Kanye's wife. So, because Mount Ararat is known as such a sacred symbol to Armenian culture, one can only assume that the first colorway in this new shoe that's supposed to usher in a whole new era of shoemaking and of the Yeezy brand is dedicated to Kanye's wife. It's kind of touching. It's kind of nice to dedicate something that's this monumental and such a big milestone in Kanye's career and in the legacy of Yeezy brand, and dedicate it to his wife. That's nice. But I mean, this shoe though, I don't know. I don't get it. Now, again, the shoe is comfortable. I will say that it is a comfortable shoe. I'm interested to see what other colors they come out with. Of course, we all know that they're coming out with a black, they're coming out with a red, but I've seen this shoe on feet, and I'm not gonna lie, every time I see somebody struggling to wear this shoe on foot and to say that they actually like it, I just gotta laugh a little bit, because I think that this shoe is atrocious the way that it looks. But hey, it is comfortable, and a lot of us have raggedy looking house shoes that are our most comfortable things. A lot of us have our most comfortable stuff we like to wear in the house normally, but you know, it looks kind of ridiculous. We just normally don't wear that stuff outside of the house. This is kind of like the hair curlers or the do-rag or the bonnet of sneakers. You don't wear them really outside of the house. If they're comfortable, you wear them inside. And at $75, I don't know, it's kind of a toss-up whether or not you're gonna just wear them in the house or if you're actually gonna go outside with these things on. But if you go outside with these things on, prepare to get clowned, especially if you end up seeing me out here in these streets, because I'm gonna clown you with these on. Listen guys, in my opinion, this shoe here, it was a little bit of a money grab, I'm not gonna lie. Like, if you're a reseller, this was a huge payday for you. If you got these for 75 bucks, you were able to sell them for somewhere between 250, 350, something like that, hey, get your bag. I am not mad at you for that, because wearing these, I don't know who's wearing these, and especially who's wearing these for over $300, but if that's who you are, hey, have at it. That's it. That's all that I got about these guys. Now it's time for you guys to sound off down in the comments and let me know what you guys think about the Yeezy Foam Runner. Are you excited for these? Did you get your hands on these? Were these a quick flip for you? Were these a money grab for you? Or are you really digging this new wave and this new silhouette from Yeezy brand? Let me know. Sound off. Of course, write down in the comments. Make sure that you click on that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any more heat that comes through like these, because I guarantee you I got a lot more heat on the way. As always, I want to thank you guys for joining me here today on SneakerPhetish, taking a look at these with me, unboxing them with me for a couple of minutes. I go by the name of Kari. This is the Adidas Yeezy Foam Runner in the Ararat colorway. And until next time, I'm out.